Okay, Keith, round 17.
Welcome, Chris.
Yeah.
Gippsland Football League, last home and away game. It's actually round 18 coming up.
Yes,
we want to talk about round 17.
We'll just say a couple of things about round 17 because obviously some crucial games. The Mafra Warrigal one, that didn't go as far as what Mafra would have been planning. They had to fight all day to get that one.
Yeah, it was sort of predictable. Sale and nowhere Sale probably was, as was Traralgon Mall. The two key results, I think, for the from last weekend were Druin's win against Leongatha and Bairnsdale knocking off Montague up at Bairnsdale. I think they were the key results.
Yeah, they were two crucial results. And look, I was at the Sunday game, Morwell-Traralgon, and in the first quarter, Traralgon took off, and I thought, geez, how far are they going to win this by? Then Morwell came back in the second quarter and, reined it in by 7 points, and I left. But then, they had a fairly big win. But one interesting thing out of the Traralgans, Michael Geary back to his best.
Michael Geary back to his best. Jamie Aiken back in the side and starting to look a pretty formidable unit.
Yeah, and you got the Hazer there. He's a very experienced player. I see he's amongst the best. And Hazer knows what he's doing when he's out on the ground. And certainly I saw him cause a couple of upsets there, upset a few more players. But anyway, it's looking good. We've got round 18 now. And the first one, which is very crucial for the Wonthaggi Footy Club, they're hosting Warrigal.
Yeah, well, you'd expect Wonthaggi to win. They've been disappointing in losing 6 of their last 7 games when they looked Monty's for the finals and, a real good chance for top 3. But something's happened to the desalinators over that period. I expect them to win well against Warrigal. Warrigal will be short of manpower. Mark Bradley won't play again this year, neither will Brendan Sheehan. Ash Blackwood is very doubtful again this weekend. And they're sort of guys that have got a few games under their belt, which Warrigal can't afford to lose. And the trip to Wonthaggi, I think that's going to be a tough finish to the season for Warrigal. But Wonthaggi, have really been disappointing. I won't say they've thrown away a finals appearance, but I just don't know what's gone wrong with them. Earl Shaw's been out the last couple of weeks, but he hasn't been the reason for a 7-week lapse there at Wonthaggi. And the only thing I didn't have to think about, the only thing I can think of is that they're not quite as quick as the other sides. I think they're more stop and go than the other sides that really move the ball on quickly. Yeah, and that may have caught up with them.
Yeah, well, I see that, Ryan Underwood's back amongst the best. You've got the coach McDonald kicking a couple. Their centre forward Kremer, who started off like a house on fire, he seems to have slowed down. But I mean, if it's a dry track, their tall side should win fairly easily, we would imagine. But it's been a year of turnarounds. Our next game is Mafra hosting Morwell, and again, Mafra's got to win to stay in the final or get into the finals.
Yeah, this is the game as to what happens with the final 5. Yeah. If Mafra win, they're in. Yeah. And that's simple. I mean, whoever wins out of Leongatha and Moe will be in. Yeah. There are some other computations there, but in essence, that's what it comes down to. Morwell can give heart to a couple of other sides if it gets over the line. And, you never know what happens. I did get a message from Mafra early this week to say we're on track, another flag coming up, but there's nothing about Mafra. They're not confident.
Yeah, well, and Morwell's good enough to cause an upset. I mean, it's the last game, it's Dord, they can just throw everything into it. And I think Mafra will be good enough to win, but I do believe Morwell will really have a hard crack at it. So, but I'll go for Maffra. We then have Moe versus Leongatha. Now this is a big one.
It's a big one. Winners in the 5, losers out.
Yeah.
Pretty well. Yeah, Leongatha could still get in the 5. One thing, Maffra and Benso will lose. All of them would have to lose. But yeah, it's a final a week before the actual finals begin. Leongatha struggling a bit with injuries as well. They won't have Cole Sandbrook, who I regard as their best player, Paul LePage, and obviously Chris Rump from
ruckman.
Yeah, I understand Josh Shellings will come in from the reserves and probably play in the ruck. He's a pretty capable player and will probably stand up, but you know, it's going to be a big ask for them. I'm not sure. Moe might have a couple of injuries. I haven't heard on that either. But Moe have been looking good. They sort of went down pretty solidly against Sale, but yeah, I actually expect Moe to get up.
Yeah, well, I mean, Sale's travelling along very well, but the thing about Moe is we just don't know what they're going to produce, and I'm still not sure. I mean, I'm going to go for Moe because it's at Moe, but it's going to be a crackerjack game. I mean, you know, and it's the one that loses is finished. They're in mothballs until 2012, so it'll be a ripper.
And that's despite the Leongatha people telling us last weekend how much they look forward to our tips that we've gone against them.
But I just think Moe, I can't see him playing that bad 2 weeks in a row, and Lockie Sims a very good coach, and Moe just seem to be able to pull out a win every now and again that keeps them in the game. I think they're going to do it again this week. We then have Druin hosting Bairnsdale.
Yeah, good week for Druin. Yeah. They're in the top 3. They can't get top. They've got a qualifying final on Saturday week. Gives them a real chance to settle into their team game, really work on their positions, give it perhaps a bit more hard work to some guys who may have not had enough work over the year. So they're in a good position. It'll be a good game. Bairnsdale, you know, just hoping a couple of results go their way to win it. You know, we started off the year not exactly knowing what to expect from them.
Didn't know what they would do.
But, you know, they've been very good and have certainly added an enormous amount to the league, I believe. And, yeah, be a good game. And I'm sure they'd love to go out on a winning note. Whether that is good enough to get them in the 5, I'm not sure. But I think Druin should get over.
Yeah, Druin's got nothing to lose here, so I'm not sure what'll happen here. I believe Druin should win, but I'm sort of half expecting Bairnsdale may cause an upset because there's nothing riding on the game, and who knows, Druin might try some different things to prepare for the final. You just never know, and if they're not 100% on, Bairnsdale have got that opportunity to actually sneak in. You just never know. But I'll go for Druin, but I'm still...
I sort of tend the other way. I don't think Druin will muck around the week before the finals.
I'm not saying muck around.
I think you probably know the coach pretty well. I do, and I think he'd want to have that as settled as well. This will be the best practice match they could ever have going into a final against good opposition, and really get that team settled into place. Maybe just some guys get a bit more time on the ground and whatever. But
my concern's just mind games, mate. You
no,
just never
know.
Fair enough.
The sniffer finals are there.
Okay, the Hawks are there for you. Now we have the big one, or it's another big game, but it's the top 2 teams deciding who's going to have the week's rest. Yeah. So this will be a crackerjack game.
This is a fantastic situation for the league, I think. To me, in both those sides, want to finish top. Yeah. They want that first week's rest. So there'll be no holds barred, I expect. It'll be a really top game. Hard to pick. I have gone for sale in the record to just trying to snatch a win out of that lovely prize, whatever it might be. But you pick anything with this. You can't pick either side with confidence, I don't think.
You go for sale?
I'll have a go for sale.
Even though I tipped they'd be unbeaten, I'll go for Terrelgan just to be the opposite. Now, is there any truth, whilst the ladder's very tight, I mean, the tipsters contest is very tight. I mean, I even heard that one of the tipsters was trying to suss out what another tipster was tipping to see if they could come over the top and win the thing. Yeah. Any truth in that rumour?
Well, it's just not sportsmanship.
Well, you never know. I mean, it's a great prize. I haven't picked it out yet, but anyway.
But a great closing round of football for the week. Every game can have an influence.
Yes, certainly.
And
if the cards fall the right way, there's any number of combinations, as your great articles had today, and I think I got halfway through it and I was still mixed up. So, but I had to go back for a second and a third time to understand. But they're all combinations that if the right combination comes in, someone could sneak in. But
what about a draw somewhere at the weekend, Chris?
Well, that could really upset it. That could really turn it around. But anyway, that's it. Great round. We'll be back next week with a quick review of the final round and a preview of the elimination and qualifying final. So see us all next week.
Thank you.